2 words, classical music. I've been into classical music ever since I was like 7, 8 years old. I've listened to music pretty much my whole life. I've always been a huge music guy. My parents would play like the Beatles, the Temptations, Michael Jackson when I was like 3 or 4. So I just have vivid memories of just listening to old school music. But it wasn't until I want to say I got to be around like 14 was when I got like my first keyboard. It was like this like cheap Casio keyboard. And I just started laying down stuff. I would try to recreate songs I would hear on the radio. So by doing that, I was able to understand like certain chord progressions that were like trendy at the time. And I basically taught myself how to create music. So I taught myself how to play like Super Mario back in like 8th grade. So that was like my thing. Like I would impress my friends playing like Mario. But it wasn't until like, I want to say I was around like 17 was when I realized, all right, I was making a beat on that keyboard and I was like, all right, like this, I got something here. I got something here. I just need to I need to upgrade my software. So I got this thing when I was like 18 called M Audio Session. I don't think anybody knows what that is, but it was like, it was M Audio's like version of Logic. So I used that for like a year and then I switched to Fruity Loops and I started making all my beats off of Fruity Loops. And then I made the switch to Logic a few years after that because I really like the structure behind that and how it looks. And I just, for me, from a composing standpoint, because I'm also a composer, I just feel like it just works better for me. So I've just been producing on Logic ever since then. It's been a long road, man. I've been doing this for like almost 15 years now, like seriously, on the side. You know why? Because everyone's doing this shit now. That's really what it comes down to. Everyone is doing music. You really have to stand out today. You really have to do something different. Otherwise, you're just going to get lost in the crowd. I mean, I think I read somewhere it was like, I think there's like 10,000 songs released on Spotify in a day. I don't know if that's the exact number, but there's like a huge amount of music that's just released daily. And you really have to stand out. So my approach to music is, all my inspirations come from either music from like the 80s and the 90s or instrumental music like Hans Zimmer, even random orchestral composers out in like Japan. I find inspiration from that. So I try to approach music from a completely different perspective than I think a lot of other artists and producers. And I think from there, I was able to sort of develop my own sound and my own unique style that I don't think anybody else really has. But yeah, I think you definitely, whatever everybody else is doing, whatever, you have to just do the opposite, you know? So that's my approach. Growing up, yeah, I told you, I used to listen to classical music a lot. I played video games too, and I would listen to the music in the video games, and I would just be like, yo, this sounds dope. Like, why is nobody like incorporating this? So I wanted to do like a fusion between like that with like hip hop and modern music and see if I can blend the two to make something really cool. With the CW and Netflix, I was able to place 2 tracks with this artist Azaro, but she now goes by Amber Palmer, and I actually have a whole project with her coming out. That is going to be super dope. I got to send you guys what we're working on because it's next level shit. But yeah, dude, when I got the Netflix call, it was awesome because I've been doing this for so long and I've been waiting for an opportunity like that. And to get Black Lightning and Grand Army on Netflix was huge win. Yeah, with Kanye, and one thing that I want people to understand too is the reason why Kanye was able to venture into other avenues and become so successful in those other avenues is because he focused on music, was successful in that field first, and from there he moved on to other things. A lot of people want to be like Kanye and they want to do all these different things and they try to do them all at the same time. You have to just focus on one first. So my thing right now is music. I'm always going to do music. There's a whole list of other things that I want to do too. But for now, I have to just be laser focused onto music. And once I'm successful there, it's like, all right, I built myself a name. Then people will trust me and they'll trust in the brand and they'll see that, all right, this guy knows what he's doing. And then you can start to venture on into other things. But yeah, focus on one thing, focus on one plan first instead of just venturing out doing a whole bunch of different things at once.